Let's suppose for a moment that the Christian God were to be reality, and a he. If he was a loving God, he would not see a non-believer go to hell. This would make no sense in a loving context. The non-believer simply and honestly doesn't believe the stories are true. He has not been effectively convinced. So, if this God is actually reasonable and loving, and his main concern with his godly existence is that people he created believe in him, love, or reunite with him, then such an emotional God would manifest himself into reality in an unmistakable way to let the non-believer know he is real and is seeking a loving relationship. And then, if a non-believer chooses not to love and or believe, at that point, a torturous hell might still seem extreme, but what the heck? God at least gave the poor chap a chance. Otherwise, this God is extremely demented and evil for sending people to hell for a thought crime, a failure to believe. Or maybe that's not it at all. Perhaps this life is a test, and God, being elusive, is all part of the plan. Things are deliberately set up this way. If God manifested into reality in some kind of verifiable way, it would all be pointless. This is a cruel and sinister test, might I add. Whereas, in some kind of Tales from the Crypt or the Twilight Zone, the evidence overwhelmingly favors the wrong answer, and you will experience a torturous outcome upon being wrong. When examining Christianity, it becomes hard to argue this is not the case being presented to us. Consider this. In mainstream Christian theology, there is an age of accountability. If you die at the age of 3, you get a free pass into heaven. You get to skip the test. This age of accountability proves how salvation is in fact a test. Otherwise, we would all be saved regardless of our age. What should be the difference between a 3-year-old and a 25-year-old? Choice. That's it. Is God real or is he not? Is his name Allah or is it Jesus? Islam, Hinduism, Jehovah's Witness, Mormons, Catholicism, which is the true religion? Once you have reached a certain age, your very soul will depend upon selecting the correct theology in order to pass. But what makes this test so disturbing is that it favors geography. If Christianity were true, you are far more likely to get the correct answer if you are white-skinned and born in the Bible Belt of North America. Or perhaps just consider yourself very lucky if you die as a toddler, had you been born in Pakistan. You just skipped the test altogether, as the odds were greatly stacked against you. If you died before the age of, maybe 7, God will be satisfied and you'll receive the grand reward for non-participation, regardless of what God you worshipped or didn't worship. If you grow into adulthood, however, this suddenly matters. And I am sorry, your chances have now declined considerably. Another example for how Christianity is nothing but a test is Jesus could have died for everybody. He certainly could have. In fact, the age of accountability proves that his sacrifice is universal. It's not like a child is born without sin. No. According to Christian theology, we are all born under the curse. This Iron Age blood sacrifice performed by Jesus to cleanse us works on all humans universally until you reach a certain age. Then at that point, a stipulant is then implemented or added onto your account. Once you have reached this age of cognitive development, 7 or, 9, maybe push it to 10, nobody knows actually. It's only at this point you are now required to pass the test. You must work out the correct answer for why you exist and how you got here, and if you choose the wrong answer, an incorrect God or belief system, you will be denied access to the cleansing that you would have otherwise had if you died before the age of accountability. So why doesn't Jesus manifest into reality so everyone will have a much better chance at being saved? Well, if Jesus made realistic appearances, something more than appearing on toast or a cornflake, then nobody would have to choose. No test. We would all just know the answer. It's really weird because you would think that's what God would do, right? Just appear in reality. I mean, especially if he wants people to know and love him. But Christianity pivots on this choice factor. What's the point of hell if there is no choice? In order to send people to hell, God certainly can't provide clear or unmistakable evidence for his existence. Hell would be nearly empty. Can't have that. This God is renowned for being fearfully brutal. He has a long track record of bloodlust and violence. In order to keep up this brutality, the central doctrine and foundation of Christianity being a test, and an elusive one, is vital. A test that most are certain to get wrong. The road to life is narrow, and there are few who will find it. I really don't think God has room in heaven for everybody. Or maybe he just doesn't care. If you're really lucky, your parents will have indoctrinated you, and the choice was made for you before you were even born. Now that's what I call winning the lottery. And of course, this test is only for humans. Animals don't count. God doesn't love animals. I guess. I don't know. Seems weird to me too. But you should be thankful you weren't born an elephant. You certainly could have been. You were born human, and if you're really lucky, and I mean really lucky, you will receive a reward of a perfect heaven for eternity. Forevermore. No more tears. Forever. No, really. Never again. The devil is all bad. And God is all good. And God is going to kill the devil. He's going to wait a while, maybe several thousand years. Not sure why. But he will get around to it someday. However, I would think that after 1 trillion eternities of nothing bad, but all happiness, maybe you might want to experience a broken heart or a challenge to your character? Nope, not gonna happen. No more. All bad is gone. No more devil. Only good. All smiles forever and ever. Perfect bliss. Yeah, seems weird to me too. All this bliss for passing the elusive eligibility test on a little blue planet amongst trillions and trillions of galaxies. Well, maybe there's a caveat here. Perhaps Jesus isn't all that bad at saving humans on this little blue dot. The grand designer of all life on Earth, Yes, the one who created whales and giraffes, of which humans are of only importance. His incredible methodology chosen for educating us for this test and who he is, are you ready for it? The evangelist. Yeah, this guy, who goes knocking on doors and proselytizing in your communities. You know, flyers, community yard sales, and potlucks. He will also be desperately seeking your dollars. He is always needing more money. If this man is not abundant in your culture, well, I'm very sorry then. You are probably going to fail the test and be tortured for eternity, and or annihilated for worshiping the Hindu gods your parents, aunts, and uncles convinced you to be true. Few are those who find life. I wonder if this God actually wants it this way. Seems like he could maybe do a better job at reaching or convincing people. I mean, he is God. I don't know. Perhaps it is far better to be born an elephant, and much, much more safe to die as a child, according to Christian theology. How about you? Are any of you buying this stuff? I hope not. Can you imagine an all-wise creator who created bumblebees and puppies had this in mind? This is the plan? My friends, keep searching. You are certain to find a more pure truth than this one. And stay strong and wise, my friends.
I don't believe in masquerades. I don't believe that you're okay. I don't believe that God will save